Today in this CSS video, we're going to be learning about the CSS Position Property. The CSS Position Property is used to set the position of an element. It also helps us place objects behind one another. Elements can be positioned left, right, bottom, or top. Take note, before you can place an object to the left, right, bottom, or top, just like this, first of all, you need to specify its position value. In this case, I'm using position value of relative. We're here to talk about position values in a minute, okay? So guys, bear with me. The following are position values in CSS. We have 5 basic position values. The first one is static, okay? Position static. Next, we have position fixed. We also have relative, absolute, and sticky. Let's go ahead and see how these position values work in CSS. Let's talk about the static position value in CSS. Every HTML element are positioned static by default. It is the normal flow of a web page. Okay? Let's discuss this further by using our code editor to see how that works. So, we're going to first of all create a div. Okay, so I'll put div. This way, and then inside this div we're going to give it a paragraph. Okay, so we can give it a p tag like this, and then we're going to put some text inside here. So something like this. This is a paragraph. This way. Good. Now, let me take you to web browser and we'll reload this page. Now you can see our text. This is a paragraph. Okay? So this particular positioning is called static by default. Okay? Good. Let's go back there. Let's style this div. And then I'll use that to prove to you that every element is positioned static. So I'm going to target this div inside my style.css. I'll simply put div. And then I'm going to give it position. Okay, so I'm going to give it position static. Now, when I take you back to our web browser and then reload this page, nothing is going to happen because it is positioned static by default. Let me take you back to our code editor and then we apply some border to our div or paragraph. So I simply put border like this, and then maybe 5 pixel solid this way, and then I'll take you there, reload, and you can see this is the default web flow. Nothing fancy is happening. So this is a static and a normal positioning for every web page or element. Let's discuss the second positioning property, which is fixed. Okay, the fixed position value in CSS is used to put an element in position even when you scroll the web page. This might not make a lot of sense. Let's go ahead and demonstrate this with the help of our code editor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to again define a div inside my index.html file. So I give a div and I'll open it up this way. And inside this div, I'm going to give it, or I'm going to assign an image with the help of img, which is a tag. And then guess it, we need to define the source of our image. In my case, I have it inside image, okay, or img /, and I'm going to pick this image. For now, let's forget of the alt tag. We come down, and then I'm going to give it an h1 tag. So I'll put h1, and inside h1, we're going to put text inside. All right. So we'll put something like this is a what? Heading 1. This way. Heading 1. We come down, or we make duplicates of this exact code. Okay. So I'll hold down Control and then hit D a couple of times. Okay, so just bear with me. This will make a lot of sense in a minute. So let me take you back to our web browser, and then we reload this page. Now, when we scroll this page, you can see our image has vanished. You can see this whole page is scrollable. You can see that. So with the help of fixed position value, we want this image to be fixed even when we scroll our text. So we want our text to be scrollable, but the image to be fixed on top here. So how do we achieve this? I'll take you back to our code editor, and then we're going to be targeting this img. So I'll take you to style.css, and then we're going to be targeting img this way, and we're going to give it position fixed this way. Now let's go back to our web browser, reload the page, and now let's scroll this page, and you can see our text scrolls, but the image is fixed in position. You can see it is sitting there without scrolling. So that's the fixed position value. Let's talk about the next position value, which is relative. In this part of the video training, we are going to be talking about the relative position value in CSS. The relative element is used to position objects in relation to its own normal position. We can set the top, bottom, right, and left position of an element itself in relation to its own position. So we're going to be talking about the relative position value in CSS. Let's find out how that is done. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll write my code for my div. So div this way, and then I'm going to assign an image, so img, and then my path this way. Now when I take you to our web browser, reload the page, you can see our image here. With the help of position relative, we want to reposition this element to the right hand side of the screen. So this is taking its own normal position. So to the right is going to be at this side in relation to its own position. So we'll go back to our web code editor, and then we're going to be targeting img. So I'll take it to CSS, and then we're going to put img because this is the element we are targeting. please enter position and then put relative. Good. Now when we go to our web browser, reload, nothing is going to happen because we have not yet set or specified our position, whether we want it to be at the left hand side, right, bottom, or top. So all we need to do is to go back to our code editor, and then we'll come down and give it or specify our position. In this case, we're going to give it a right position. So just put right like this way, and then we're going to send a value, a negative value of something like 400 pixels. Now when I take you back to our web development browser, reload, the image is going to be pushed to the right. We can equally change this right to something like bottom. Okay, so something like bottom this way, like this, and guess it, the image is going to be pushed down. You can see down. So that is it. That's relative position value in CSS. Let's talk about the next position value in CSS. An absolute position value is mostly used for overlapping cases. Let's take a look at a simple example by practicing. So all we need to do is to write our code. So I'll enter div this way, and then image, another image. Okay, so I want to have two images. Okay, we're going to use two images for this illustration. So another image, we'll pick the second image. Don't forget to add your alt tag, your alt attribute. Good. So we have two images, image 1 and image 2. Let's give our div a what? A class. And this is going to be container. Okay, a container this way. Let's assign classes to individual image. Okay, so class this way, and then here we can put like image 1. So image 1, image 1, and then finally class for our second image, and then we're going to give it image what? 2, image 2. Fantastic. Now let's go to our code, sorry, our styling file, which is style.css, and inside here we're going to apply our styling for our two images. So we're going to be targeting our first image, which is image 1, image 1, like this. and we're going to give that image a relative position. Okay, so give it position. So we can demonstrate that absolute value. We need a relative value before absolute value can take effect. So we'll put relative this way. So that is done. We're done with the first image. So we're now going to work on our second image. But before that, let's go to our code editor and clear everything. And you can see we have our two images placed side by side like this. All right, the first image, image 1, and image 2. Okay, so let's continue. Good. So we're now going to work on our absolute value. So we'll put image 2 here as our class name. Good. And we're going to give this one an absolute position. Okay, so position absolute. Good. Please, let's change the position of image 2. Okay, image 2. So what do? We can give it a button position. Okay, a button or a top position. So let's give it top position. So I'm going to give it top position of, let's say, 5 pixels. Okay, let's try 10 pixels and see what will happen. So 10 pixels this way. All right, so let's go. The second image is going to be pushed or placed on top by 10 pixels. So reload, you can see it has been pushed a little bit. As I said, with the absolute value is used for overlapping purposes. So if you want your image to overlap, you need to look at where your image is before taking this action. So our image is at the right hand side of our screen, and we need it to go on top of, or to be placed or overlap our first image. That means we're going to push it or position it left. Okay, left hand side. All right, so left hand side. So we'll change that top to left so that it will push to the left. All right, so we remove this particular top and put left. Good. And then we give it like, let's try our 10. So this time it's not going to be pushed to the left. You can see it has been pushed to the left and it's now on top of our first image. Good. Let's change this value to, so 600 pixel left. Reload, and now you can see 600 pixel left. All right, so the absolute value is used for overlapping purposes. All right, very, very simple. Hey guys, we're going to be discussing the final type of position value in CSS, which is the sticky position. All right, sticky position. Enough of the talking, let's demonstrate with the help of code. So I'll put my div here, and I'll put another div inside my div, and with this div I'm going to give it a class called sticky. So sticky this way, and in here I'm going to give it the text there. So this is sticky like this. Good. Now I'll come and then I'll put an h1 tag. So I'm going to be giving it h1 like this, and I'll put text there. This is my website. Let's go ahead and duplicate this particular or h1. Okay, so we're going to duplicate like this. Okay, the idea is to make our page scrollable. That's why I'm duplicating it that way. All right. So let's go to our web browser, reload, and you can see on top this is sticky. If you cannot see that, let me zoom in. This is sticky, and we can scroll. Good, perfect. Now let's continue with our code. So we're going to target, or we're going to be styling this div with the help of our class name sticky. So I'll go to CSS, and inside here, period, and then sticky this way, and then we're going to give it a border, okay, like this, and our border will be giving it something like 5 pixel, solid red, like this. Good. Let's check what is happening. Take it back to the top, reload this page, and now we have a border this way, a red border with a text inside. This is sticky. Let's go ahead and give it a height. All right, so good. So we're going to give it a height so that our header, that sticky part or that particular border, will be a little bit bigger. So a height of something like maybe 100 or 200 pixels. Okay, let's give it 200 pixel this way, and then a width of 100% browser. Okay, but we can also leave it. But if you want, you can give it a width of 100%. 100%. Okay, good. But because it is a border, you can see it's taking 100% of the browser width. All right, so reload, and now you can see how big this particular thing is. Okay, good. When you scroll, you can see that it disappears. All right, let's continue with the styling. Okay, next we're going to give it a background color. So we're going to give it a background color of maybe yellow. Good. So background color of yellow, and then go to our web browser and observe what is happening, and then I'll take you back to the top. I can see how nice it looks. Okay, good. So next up, what can we do? Okay, we can also target our text. We're going to put our font size here, because inside that div we have our text there, and because there's text inside, when we put our font size, it's going to take effect. Okay, it's going to apply to the text inside this div. Okay, so we reload the page again, and it will be applied to that. You can see this is sticky. It's not, it now looks bigger. Okay, good. All right, perfect. Next up, we are going to center our text. Okay, center our text. The main aim of my tutorial videos is to teach you a lot of things, and not only the topic we are discussing. Okay, so text alignment can be centered. Good. And by the time you finish watching this video, you have a lot of experience. Good. So center. What else can we do? All right, So I think we are done with the styling. Let's now talk about today's or the main topic, which is sticky positioning. So I guess come down, and then I'm going to give it position, and I'll put sticky there. So enter sticky. Good, like this. Excellent. And after you put the sticky, what happens? Let's go to our web browser and find out. Reload this page, scroll down, and nothing happens. You can see nothing happens. So in order to apply this sticky effect, you need to assign a position value, okay, which is to give it a top value. So top position, our top position is going to be 0 pixel. Okay, so this will position it to the top and is going to stand there. So the position value, the sticky position value is almost the same as the fixed position value. So reload this page. You can see how it is. Our text is moving, but the main head is not moving. And most websites have this. The navigation is always sticky on top there. Okay, and that is it. That's the final position type in CSS, which is the sticky position property. I hope this lecture has been informative. If this is your first time here on this YouTube channel, consider subscribing, giving a like to this YouTube video, and don't also forget to share this video to those you think will benefit this. Hoping to see you in my next episode, where we're going to be learning about z-index. Very, very helpful. Most of my tutorial videos are in sequence, and after learning this particular topic, you'll be able to apply this knowledge to the next concept you'll be learning. Okay, so with the z-index, it's going to be using this same concept. Hoping to see you there. Bye bye.